Hello, Padmini Janaki here, and today's topic is very close to my heart. It's about women who took a career break and how they can come back to workforce. So women take career break for so many other reasons, like having a baby and not probably having a right support at home, elderly parents, or maybe they travel with their husband to the US or other parts of the world and they had to take a career break. But when they decide to come back, only 15 to 18% of the women will try to come back to their workforce. And if you are watching this video, you are a man, and be very proud about it. Let's get into the video. And before that, if you've not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe so this channel can give you a lot of value adds related to office, productivity, workforce, courses, studies, life, and a lot more. Let's get into the video. And in today's video, I'm going to tell you how you can get back to workforce in 30 days. Even in situations like this, you can get back to workforce in 30 days. I said 30 days. So on day one, understand why you actually quit this job. It could be for any reason. Maybe you had a baby and you had to take care of the baby, or due to family reasons, maybe you traveled with your husband. Whatever the reason may be, own your decisions and make your ecosystem understand that you deserve to go back to the workforce now. And not for money, not for any positions, or not for any other reason, but for feeling accomplished, feeling fulfilled. And you can do more than just managing the house or taking care of the kid. Considering you care about the family and family comes first to you, express your interest and make the whole family say yes. And make them understand that you deserve to go back. A lot of people say women quit their career because of the babies, because of the newborns. But according to me, a lot of women quit their career because of their husbands who failed to take up that 50% of workload at home. And in most of the cases, women don't let their husband or let their partner do the work, which is that 50%. Convey them that it is important of every single family member to take care of their own responsibilities so you can focus more on what is important to you at this point of your career. Sometimes that's not how people are wired, that's not how elders at home will understand, especially in a culture like India. That's not how they've seen women going back to workforce after even after having kids and a lot of responsibilities. So make them understand, bring them inside your ecosystem, bring them inside your world, and things are going to roll out very easily. Point number 2. Okay, all the family maskas are done. Now let's get into the serious business. C and C++ are not relevant anymore. Let's come to the reality. So evaluate the market. You could have been a software engineer, or you could have been an HR, or whatever the role that you have performed, or you've never worked as well, whatever you studied, right? Not that you have to pick and follow the same route. You can evaluate the market because the market is so huge and the responsibilities and opportunities are so many. Customer success manager, product management, business analyst, testing, program manager, scrum master, and the roles are so many. Even if you were a marketer, now becoming a digital marketer is the trend. So you have to evaluate the market and pick what suits you. Like even if you were in an absolute different role, you can choose whatever you want now. Now you have the option of choices. All that you have to do is pick something that you are passionate about. Point number 3. Don't emphasize too much on the gap, on the reason that why you have taken the break. Though the reason could be different or something very serious, you don't have to overemphasize on that or play any victim card there. To be very honest, nobody cares. Even on your resume or in the interview, you don't have to keep talking about the reason why you took a career break. Of course, you are going to be open about the career break that you have taken, but that's not a badge of honor on why somebody will pick you for a job. So play a very subtle card on the career break and play a huge role on what you're looking for in the role. To be honest, people want to help you with whatever resources that's possible, but not at the cost of having an unproductive employee. It also signals them that you might take another break. So focus more on what is important now. Up in the game like anyone. Of course, you took a career break, but you cannot behave like you were in the coma. You have to show them you are up in the game like anybody else. Nobody is going to discount you on that, for which you have to be up to date. Take up courses, take online resources. If you think you want some real help from people, seek that and take up any course available online. LinkedIn Learning, Udemy, Masterclass. Pick every possible skills depending upon what you chose and be up to date. And not just that, when I say courses, people take up those courses and bunch them as bunch of certificates and attach them with resume. To be honest, it's not going to help you. Show them that you are up in the game. If you pick to become a designer, don't tell them or show them HFI certificate or any design certificates. Show them your designs, send them Behance links, send them your portfolio, send them Dribbble links where you have actually done the design. That is exactly will land you in the job. So invest a lots and lots of time in practices, patience, and bring the best in you. You have to be up in the game like anybody else for you to land in the right job. See, this might sound little rude, but the world doesn't owe you anything and you have to fight for it. So if you decide to go back to career, you have to fight for it. Next point, mentors and support groups. There are quite a lot of communities just dedicated for women to come back to workforce. There is one social media called She Rose, dedicated for women, and there are quite a lot of groups inside. Consider joining that. And there is a group called She Wall, which is more to do with volunteering and mentorship, where mid-career women and women leaders are supporting women who are trying to come back to workforce or stuck in their mid-career. Make use of these communities. That includes Women in Product, The Broadcast, and quite a lot of other things as well. And there are other communities, not just gender specific, but also helpful in general. And there are companies like Accenture, PayPal, Flipkart, who's having every year bootcamp to bring these women back, train them and get into their company. So follow these groups to get access to these events and bootcamps. The best thing about these bootcamps and the support groups is that you can find your right mentor. If you find the right mentor, you are like set for life, and it's very rare, for which you have to invest a lot of time and meet a lot of people who are genuinely interested in helping you. Next point, you cannot do everything and accept that. So back then, when I wanted to take a career break, and I went to a speed mentorship event, and I met a mentor called Baduri. She gave me an advice that I should have or employ some maids at home and I shouldn't quit my career. That kind of sounded like an unhelpful advice. Because of that reason, I didn't take it very seriously. But over a time, I employed some maids and wanted to try out because a senior leader is advising me to. But trust me, that worked like a magic. We've been wired and said that we have to take care of everything and be like one octopus with 8 tentacles and taking care of every single thing and every single responsibility, and we also believe that only we can do it best, which is a biggest myth and a lie. You cannot do everything. You have to prioritize what is important to you. Your family time, quality time with kids, your career, those are important things. Cleaning the house, washing the plates, that can be delegated to someone, and it's okay, don't feel guilty about it. Understand the fact you cannot do everything. You have to choose only 20% of what you could do for the 80% of impact you have in life. You have to understand, for making the 80% of your life, all you need to do is focus on the 20% of what you do. So invest on yourself. When I say invest on yourself, I'm not just talking about buying new clothes or purchasing courses or books. It is also about hiring maids, helps, and support systems. The next point is networking events. Even if you can't go out and attend those events in person or meet these people in person, attend webinars. Don't ever miss any webinar available. Those are pretty much free webinars which is going to be available in every single platform like Meetups, World of Webinars, and so many other places. Go and sign up on those places. Meet new people on Facebook and LinkedIn and every other place, and consider spending at least 30 minutes to 1 hour. Have them on your calendar. Tell people to take care of your kid or any other responsibility and invest on this time. Talk to people, ask questions. Don't worry about asking stupid questions because they are not your cousins or friends. You're not even probably going to meet them again. So ask stupid questions. Then at one point of time, you will understand what it is. To back up with information, take up courses related to what you're trying to do. Let's say you want to be a digital marketer. Take as many as courses or study material from Google and then see the sync. You will be able to understand what they're talking about, and you can ask the questions you probably had during taking these courses and get them cleared. And this is all going to be pretty much easy, or some 300 rupees, 400 rupees, which is very minimal. So attend these events and meet people, talk to them, network with the right people and see the magic. Next one is, of course, LinkedIn. And I have created a complete video about how to have a killer LinkedIn profile. Make use of the cover picture, update the resume, update what you are, and it's okay to say you took a career break. Be open about it, have profiles and ask people to write recommendation to you, because those things can really help. And if you are good at writing, write articles, write posts, be active on LinkedIn at least 30 minutes to 1 hour. Go comment on others' posts, make sensible comments, of course, and follow groups, because LinkedIn can really change people's career. Just because you took a career break, never ever sell yourself short. Like, there are quite a lot of people who go to jobs 9 to 5, just do the same thing and don't really learn anything new. But just because you took a career break, not that you know any lesser. For which you have to, of course, do a lot of courses, understand. Those things comes without saying, and I haven't really mentioned about any of those because I'm going to assume that you know the method of learning new things. If not, check my other videos where I have spoken about how to learn, how to have a resume, how to take up an internship, how to be good in meetings, and so many other topics. But after watching all those videos, if you're following these steps, never ever sell yourself short, and you're not lesser than anybody else. Have that confidence, stand up for yourself, and it's the time. So when it comes to salary negotiations, when it comes to roles, names, designation, whatever is important to you, of course you want to come back, of course you want a job desperately now, not that you have to sell yourself short. Be up in the game and always ask what is right. Check websites like glassdoor.com, understand what the right salary, and understand what people are talking about, the value of the company, because that is the only thing which will keep you stuck with the company for longer. So understand those things and then go for the right company. Don't ever sell yourself short, because you don't deserve anything lesser than what you are. I really believe that was a constructive video, and let me know if you like to know anything else in particular on the comments. I can definitely reply to you, and also share it with everybody who is trying to come back to workforce. And coming back to workforce now with gig economy is not difficult at all. And if you like this video, of course give a big thumbs up so I will know that you really liked it, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't subscribed. Share it with your friends who will get benefited out of the video, and see you all very soon. Bye.